Welcome to Profit Lifter Live. Today we are going to be talking about monetization strategies, different ways that you can monetize different services, ways that you can make money off people, whether they're clients, whether they're leads, whether you're just getting to know them, all sorts of different ways that you can improve the revenue, boost the profitability of your company, and help you to figure out different creative strategies to make money off of your list, off of your clients, off of everybody, so that you can do what you want to do and follow your passion and follow your dreams. So today, we're going to be, this can be a little more, I'm not really jumping into the profit lifter system. We're going to be keeping notes in Miro. As always, if you want to, if you want to follow along, if you want access to this, I'm going to drop it in the chat for you. This is the Miro board that we've been building out. Let me just give you a glance of what we've been working on here. So if it looks familiar, this is the same one that we've been building out with all your different marketing strategies. So we've already covered traffic. We've already covered lead generation. We've jumped into client conversion. Now we're going to get into monetization and figuring out how to make money with all of it and going forward, and different ways that you can leverage this. So I love this topic. I'm a huge fan of figuring out how to monetize things, different ways. Happy Wednesday! Glad you're joining me today. Glad you're here. Who was that? Oh, Kim. Happy Wednesday, Kim. I love talking about monetization strategies. I think this is something that a lot of businesses miss. Like I've talked with clients, I've talked with people who get so wrapped up in having these big purchases and these big things that they miss all these other ways that they can monetize their business. And one of the reason I think this is so important is that as you're going through this, as you're going through your marketing strategy, you're going to start to figure out you can monetize traffic, you can monetize lead conversion, you can monetize client conversion, and you can really maximize what you're doing with your core products, with your base service offerings, and expand from there. So that's what we're going to cover. Is we're going to be talking about all these different strategies. I've got 7 unique ways that we're going to be mapping out for you. I didn't do that on purpose. It just kind of happened that way. So we're just going to roll with it. So let's start with some of the big ones, or let's start with some of the low hanging fruit. These are going to be a little bit. These are going to be easy to implement for you. These are going to be ones that aren't going to require a bunch of extra work. Not going to require like product creation, things like that. There's going to be a lot of different ways that we can strategize this. Are you in KC also? If so, then let's go to Go Chicken Go when I come up to it. Absolutely. I'm in Kansas City, and Go Chicken Go is amazing. They got the best fried gizzards and lizards out there in the Kansas City area, I will tell you that. So yeah, when you're in town, hit me up, James. I'd love to go to lunch with you. I'd be more than happy to do that. It sounds like a blast to me. And if any of you guys are ever in Kansas City, look me up. I mean, there's not much else left to do here, but look me up. I'm always happy to meet you guys for lunch and hang out with you. But people don't just randomly end up in Kansas City. There's always a specific reason for it until we had the Chiefs. So, all right, let's jump into our first monetization strategy. So the first thing that you want to look at, this is very low hanging fruit, but this is going to be an affiliate strategy. Now, we're gonna dive down a little bit more on this. It's not just about having a couple links here and there, and this isn't about your lead generation. This is about monetization. So today is all about making money, all about different ways that you can monetize your business, monetize different things that you're working on. And as always, you're going to see that a lot of these things that we're going to talk about are all going to kind of intertwine and turn into something that really just it all works together for the bigger picture of what you're trying to do. Man, you guys are really, oh, Timberly, welcome. Glad you're here today. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about is an affiliate strategy. So affiliate links are one of the easiest ways to monetize your business. The reason is because what the strategy of what you should be looking at for affiliates is be thinking through what can you provide that is directly related to your services? what offerings do you have? What things are people going to need to complete your services? And then from there, what affiliates do you like working with? Who do you trust? Who do you want to be a part of your client's interaction, or that you feel they're going to get an acceptable level of service that's not going to turn into a black eye for you? So with this affiliate strategy, there's a couple different ways that you can go with this. And I've got notes pulled up over here. That's why I keep looking off the screen here. But there's a couple different ways that this is going to work. So the first thing that you are going to look at is just going to be simple. It's going to be your affiliate links. Now, for those of you guys who, for you credit suite partners, for those of you guys who are in the business credit, business loan world, there's a lot of ways that you can do this, and there's a massive amount of value in it. The first thing I would say, get affiliate links for credit monitoring. Why? If they're applying for a loan and you want to see what their personal credit looks like, get them into credit monitoring. Other things is like as they're building their fundability, there's going to be things that they're going to need, like office phones, virtual office, website designs, like profit lifter offers. There's going to be all these different things that people are going to need to be able to fulfill their fundability, accomplish their services. Having these affiliate links are going to pay you in dividends for a long, long time. I will tell you, every year I have, well, for the past 7 years, yeah, it's been about 7 years now. For the past 7 years, I've received money from credit monitoring that I established that far back, because people just keep paying for the services, and it's been a nice little chunk of money that comes in every single month consistently, and it's paid for vacations and upgrades to the fun stuff that I want to do, because it was just for me personally, it wasn't for the business. But these affiliate links go a long way, and if you find ones that are paying you recurring revenue, they're paying you based off of like if somebody comes in, as long as they have the services, they keep with them. That turns into a long-term purchase for you. Some of the other things that you can look at is like GoDaddy. If people are in my profit lifter link, so I included it in my PDF download. It's gaining steam consistently. Love affiliate money. Awesome. Yeah. Well, we need to get you in there. On a quick note, I did figure out, I got some complaints that our affiliate model doesn't, it has a little bit of work. I'm finishing that up now. We're gonna be pushing out that update to all of the affiliate click and play add-ons for you guys. And it was really weird. Like there was a mobile site that was built on the template that I used to design the sites. And so when it goes into mobile responsive, it was just all different content. It was just a bit crazy. So, but got that all fixed. We'll be pushing those updates to you. But how much does Profit Lifter charge for a website? It depends on what they're looking for. I mean, we've got several different services. We've got stuff that start as low as $297, go as high as 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, even in some situations. Really depends on the client's needs and what they're looking for. But your affiliate strategy, you want to be thinking about links. You want to be thinking about what can you wrap around your current services that are very natural. So, for example, if you're sitting here watching me live and all of a sudden I start saying and affiliate links like hair extensions, and I put in something in the chat about hair extensions, you're going to look at me like I'm just an absolute nut job, because there's nothing related to building websites, marketing, CRM management, any of that stuff that is related to hair extensions in any sort of way. So the key to being successful with your affiliate links are finding ones that fit around your product offerings, your core business, what you're working on. Affiliate links for us, yes, affiliate links for you, and the affiliate links that are included in the click and play library for your affiliate program that you would be running as well. Okay, so the other thing to think about with your affiliate strategy is you want to be looking at your JV partnerships, and we're going to go with partners instead of ventures. So what your JV ventures are going to look like, or your JV partners are going to look like. So a JV is short for joint venture. So what that means is that you set up an agreement with the company, and you guys start working together to generate revenue. Now, a JV partner should be that you guys have mutual back and forth links or monetization strategies. So, for example, like for us, we have a JV partnership with like Credit Suite because it's our parent company. It's they're there, and so we work on generating leads for Credit Suite. We send them over to them. They generate leads for us. They send it over to us. In your situation, if there are JV partners, if you start finding people that you can connect with and that you can work with, you should be able to offer some of the things that they're doing. So I know that most of you guys who are watching are you're with the you're in the Credit Suite program, or you're offering services like that. If you watch what a lot of people like, including Ty, does, that I think is incredible, and it's an amazing strategy. He's offering add-ons to his current services, or he's like they've even gotten to the point where they're building membership courses for JV partnerships, such as like grant writing, things like that, where they're bringing in other people's expertise, and then they're making money off of their traffic with that as well. And I think this is a brilliant strategy for you, that as you start getting out there and interacting, network, find people that can send you business, and that likewise you can send business to them. The more that you have a mutually reciprocating relationship, the stronger and more lucrative it becomes for both of you guys. So be thinking about that. Be looking at what are some partnerships that you can bring in. What are some different companies that you can bring in? So like being in business to business, you can look at coaches. You can look at another one is like partnering with CPAs. And some of these get a little odd, because like when you start getting out there and you really build out these affiliate relationships or these partnerships, um, it can be really easy to end up stepping on. It seems like it's going to step on itself. So let's put it in perspective. You're going out and you're prospecting CPAs, and you're telling them about the JV partners, all of that. If let's say you've got 10 CPAs that you've connected with, they're referring you, you're referring them, everything's going good. But when you start talking to people, they're like, "Hey, you're already working with a lot of CPAs. I'm not sure I want to work with you." What you do is you open up, and like if you're just transparent with them about it, of look, the reason that we have so many is because we know that we're going to bring value to your clients that nobody else is. But on the flip side, we want to make sure that our clients have access to who fits them best. So we're going to give them the opportunity to connect with you. So there's different ways to position your product offering, your relationships with them, to be able to really monetize that in a deeper way and make it make sense. So your affiliate strategy, this one, getting the links up and going, this is something that just takes a matter of minutes. Finding the people that you want to work with, getting set up with them as affiliates, making sure that you have their links, they have your links, all of that, and just creating a good strategy. Now, the other thing that you want to think about when you're looking at an affiliate strategy is your implementation. How are you going to implement this? And a lot of times when you start looking at like affiliate strategies, people think, I'm just going to send it to them in an email. I send it in emails. I put it on blogs. I put it in my YouTube videos. I put it everywhere. Anytime I'm doing anything, I want to have affiliate links in there, because if somebody doesn't buy from me, but they like, let's say they need a domain name and they go to GoDaddy and they click our affiliate link, I want to get paid from GoDaddy. And so like I want to use that anytime somebody's going to be taking an action, or I've got a call to action in there that can result in a sale for me on the JV side. And that's going to include like like when clients are getting started, if there's links in there, a lot of times we're going to monetize those links so that we're making money off of them, because at the end of the day, they're going to pay the same amount whether it's an affiliate link or not. Like why wouldn't you make extra money off of it, and make it so that you're more comfortable, that you can offer better services to your clients and work with them through the needs and the stuff that they have out there as well. So that's affiliate strategies. Next, let's talk about memberships. Let's talk about digital products. I like to call these your micro purchases. Micro purchases are we're going to cover several different strategies when it comes to micro purchases, but this is a great way, again, to get people to open up their checkbook, because it is proven that if somebody's willing to spend $1 with you, that they're more than likely willing to spend 100. Once they've spent 100, they're more than likely willing to spend 1,000, and so on and so forth. And so part of the journey of what you want to take clients through is selling them something that's cheap, selling them something that's low dollar, but then getting them used to paying you, getting their information, delivering on it, and making it work. Some of the ways that you can monetize this process is going to be a membership site. Um, Remember, you can build your membership site right inside of Profit Lifter. You can monetize it. You can collect payments on it. You can do all of that stuff. You can manage all the access to it, everything. And membership sites, there's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. But really, at the end of the day, it's an exchange of information for money. Or if you've got things that you're working on, like I've talked to some people that specialize in grants. They're putting together like grant courses that they're legitimately selling full-fledged through a membership site. If you're dealing with, no, I'm not sharing my screen right now. So the next thing, Timberly, you're always on me about sharing my screen. I love it. Thank you. But I will share it with you. But the other thing to look at with the membership sites is be thinking about like what journey can you take somebody on to be able to get them to that point that they're willing to pay you $30, they're willing to pay you $20 a month, that you can have this recurring revenue in there. Now, membership sites can be a lot of different ways. It doesn't necessarily have to just be information. It can be a social site. It could be something where you're selling information, but that information is like you going live every day. It's like you just posting videos in there and tips and really engaging and fostering your network inside of groups. It could actually even be like a paid group strategy, like turning your Facebook group into something that people are paying for and getting them access to it. So there's a lot of different ways that you can monetize the membership sites, and I think and I know it's a smart idea. It works. It's a great way to do it, and it gives you that opportunity to start creating a bunch of different digital products. And the reason I love digital products is it's scalable and it's predictable, meaning that like once you get the formula down, let's take for example, you set up a membership site, and you're selling it for $9.99. I'm just going to take a random number. You start running ads. You realize, okay, you know what? It costs me $3. It costs me $3 to convert a lead. If I can remember where my dollar sign is. To convert a lead into a client. So now you know immediately out of the gate, just by running ads, you're already making $7 for each client that's coming through. Plus, it's recurring, meaning that if you get to the end of the month and you've got, let's say you get 100 people to sign up, you've got $1,000 in recurring revenue next month that you're not having to pay for those clients, and you're still stacking on, which means you look up 6 months from now you've got $6,000 in recurring revenue. And obviously, you're going to have attrition and people that fall out and people that drop out, stuff like that. But just looking at it, it's a very easy way to get clients in, to get them to engage with you. And this has two different functions to it. One, you're monetizing your marketing. And the best thing that I can tell you is when you're looking at like micro purchases, the affiliate strategy, I think can do the same thing. But a lot of these things, if you're in a scaling mode, if you're in a growth mode, what you're doing is you're making this money and then you're reinvesting it into marketing, and you're reinvesting it into paid ads. You're reinvesting it into traffic, and maybe even just beefing up these numbers. It's basically like finding free money to be able to use in your business however you need to. So when you're talking with clients, when you're working through, if you're doing a lot of presentations, you're doing a lot of live speaking, be listening to the questions that people are asking. Be thinking about it and like, what can I do to monetize this process? What can I do that makes this a scalable product? Because the other side is this is scalable. Like if you know that it costs you $3 per client, if you have $3,000 that you want to invest, you know you're going to have 1,000 clients, meaning that you should be making about $10,000 at the end of the month just by promoting these micro purchases. So when you're looking at this, don't just look at it like, it's a good way to generate leads. Yeah, it's a lead generator, but it's also a massive scalable revenue generator, because Over here with your core products, there is tangible work that you're going to have to be doing with that. There are conversations, there's paperwork, there's all this other stuff. Over here, you build it once, you automate it, and you're done with it. You don't have to keep doing it over and over again. The only thing that you really need to do is be like consistently once a month, be thinking about what kind of course can I put in here? What's a 30-minute segment? What's a 60-minute segment that I can break up and turn into a course? All that stuff. Now, if you want to be really smart about this, what you do is let's bump this up here. What you do is you start looking at this going, I'm going to create a YouTube video. And then with that YouTube video, you start chopping up the YouTube videos, or you take a live stream like this that you sit down with, you chop it up, you be prepared, you chop it up, and then you include it into your membership site every month. Now you're providing additional value. Now you're finding ways to not only create additional value, but you're also having multi-purpose assets, meaning that you can have a YouTube video that you're optimizing for the search algorithm. Plus, it's turning into something that's in your membership that's either focusing on retention or attracting more people. So be thinking about your micro purchases. What is it that you can offer? What are digital products that you can bring to the table? Let's just put that on here so that we're all on the same page. Digital products. And the reason I want to I want to spell out digital products on here is because our next one is a little bit of a more creative strategy. It's actually merchandise. This sounds odd, but think about this. If with merchandise, you can come up with catchy sayings, you can come up with slogans, you can come up with inspirational quotes, things that just resonate with people, that you can create as wearable items. And it could be it could be pens, it could be shirts, it could be apparel, it can be basically anything that you want. And the reason that I love this is because when you start creating merchandise, you create an online store of all these different things that you have to offer. And now some industries, it's not going to work super great. I can tell you, I've done it with mortgages, I've done it with credit repair, I've done it with marketing even. There's a lot of creative ways that you can go about it. But really, where this starts to become something that becomes incredibly impactful. Well, I'm going to show you on our next set of things that we're working on. But it becomes more impactful when you're out there and let's say you're going affiliate hunting, or you're looking for your JV partners. You show up. You're not, again, we've talked about different strategies for generating leads. You start marketing to JV partners, you start marketing to affiliates. You don't show up empty-handed. You give them a T-shirt, you give them a pin, you give them things that is your merch that you're making money on, and you give it to them for free. It's a loss leader. It's you're exchanging something that you may have invested $10 in exchange for a long-term relationship that provides a massive amount of hot leads that are excited to hear from you. So thinking about like merchandise, what are ways that we can kind of socialize our brand? What are some ways that we can really turn this into something that makes that expands our brand, but also makes people feel good about wearing it. They like it inspires them, it gets them to do things. And you'll be amazed, like when you start looking at little things like this, there's a lot of different ways that you can go. And like if I'm just brainstorming, if I was doing this, I'd be looking at like business journals. I'd be looking at what are things that I can co-brand that are already created that I can slap my logo on and put it out there, which kind of goes hand in hand with the JV links or with your affiliate links as well in your affiliate strategy. So there's a lot of different ways that you can look at this. The reason that I wanted to bring up merchandise is before this next one is because these two actually go hand in hand so incredibly well that I think it's probably the biggest overlooked way of monetizing monetizing a business. And I see this. Well, we're just going to hop in. I'll just share it with you now. Influencer status. So What this is, and I have this confession. I'm addicted to watching live videos on TikTok. I'm fascinated by the marketplace that has opened up there and what they've done with it, how they've turned it into something where people that are live can actually make money live now. And I think it is one of the coolest things that I've ever seen. But I think this is something that a lot of business owners overlook because we get so busy looking at this core product. We're like, I got to sell 1,000 of these. I need to sell 1,000,000 of these. That we don't look at it and go, huh? If I get out there on TikTok and let's say like me, I'm doing a live for an hour every single day this month at least, trying to do an hour. Some days come up less, depending on how I'm feeling. But if you were to take the same strategy and let's say you're going to take 2 to 3 hours every day and you're just going to be on TikTok live, you're just going to be on Reels, you're just going to be out there on YouTube live, Facebook, it's okay. But really, like YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, this is where your monetization is going to come in, where you start focusing on building a massive amount of followers. You become that influencer that's out there and you can start receiving gifts from people. I love watching TikToks when they'll share their Cash App, their Venmo accounts, and people just start gifting them money just because they're enjoying. They're sitting there listening. They maybe watching them for an hour or two. They'll start donating money, giving money to the people. But there are full-time people that all they do is go live and and receive gifts from people. And they get smart. They look at this and they're like, okay, well, let's make a little bit of money, but what happens if I offer merch with this and I put this in my store? And then you look at this and you're like, huh, what's this look like if I put together affiliates for the people who are coming in as well? There are a lot of different ways. There are a lot of different ways that you can monetize this strategy. And that's one of the things that you want to be looking at is again, a lot of these things are going to cross over each other. But if you're one of those people like me, you kind of got the gift of gab. You can get out there, you can talk, you can influence people, you can network with them for a long time. You can come up with creative ways to monetize that process. So now your marketing that's getting you hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views, now have the ability to make money from the social media platform. Now it's making money from the merchandise. Now it's making money from your affiliate strategy. If you want, you can go out there, you can start putting your membership sites, you can start promoting all this. This is just as much of a traffic source as it is a monetization strategy. But there's no reason that you can't have both. There's no reason that you can't get out there, monetize your marketing events. And that's something that is something that I think a lot of us miss. We get out there like, I got to spend money on marketing. Why can't you have the social media companies pay you to be out there on their platforms? Why can't you be making money from your affiliate strategies? Why can't you be sharing links, putting merchandise out there, putting all these things together that give you the ability to monetize every time you go live? Because when you do this kind of stuff, when you work on getting out there, you work on building a following, you work on creating a social movement around what you're doing, people want to spend money with you. It's reciprocity. You'll hear me say this a million times, and I'm going to say it a million more. Reciprocity, when you give, givers win, givers gain, givers like people who are out there and they're giving away knowledge for free, they're giving away free advice, free tips, free resources. People will naturally want to donate to you, they'll want to give to you, they'll want to buy from you just because they know that it impacts you personally. And I've personally done this. Like I've looked at drum equipment before, and there's a couple drummers that I follow that have these great YouTube channels that will like do these in-depth product reviews, so I don't have to go through and spend money on something that I don't really want. And ultimately, like every time I have the opportunity, I'm going to buy with their affiliate link because I know that like I wouldn't be making this purchase without them, and I want to be making money with it. So think about that when you're out there. Monetize social media. You're a leader, you're an influencer. Your job is to lead people, to guide them, to show them what you're doing, to show them different ways of making money. There's so much that you could do. Now, if I was in your space, if I was let's say I was a business credit expert and I wanted to get out there and I wanted to influence people on social media. The way that I would go about it is I would do a live, and I would do like a 5 minute segment with each person who was willing to come on live with me. And from there, I would come up with funding strategies for your business, request to join. And what happens is when people start joining, it starts pushing out to the algorithm. When people start commenting, they start liking it, pushes it out to the algorithm. But now you have a chance to flex. Every time somebody comes in, you're able to talk with them and go, okay, look, here's where you're at. Here's what you can qualify for. Here's what you can't qualify for. Here's the strengths of your business in a lending world. Here's the weaknesses of your business in a lending world. And people will just love you because you are out there like sharing the real advice, sharing the tips that banks won't tell them. So just be thinking about that while you're going live. What are some different ways that you can attract people, and then influence them, and then work on getting monetized. The faster you can get monetized, the faster all the work that you're doing becomes a revenue center, not just something that you're doing for the sake of marketing. You're actually turning your marketing into a revenue generator, and you're able to tie in all these other things. All right, the next one I have on here is the core product sales. We're going to come back to that one because this is actually a pretty big one that I want to show you some different ways. But the next one that we're going to look at is this. Oh, it's not going to copy it for me. Live events and workshops. So live events and workshops is a great strategy because it gives you the ability. It gives you a lot of different abilities. One, like if you're doing, let's say you're doing something local, you can provide enough value in what you're doing, the live event, that you can justify the cost. So let's say you want to do a local event. You want to try to get 100 different businesses in there. Some of the things that I would look at is I would do like a lunch and learn. I would do something where, look, come in. We're gonna buy you lunch. Lunch is on us. We're gonna talk at you for an hour while you're eating lunch, and we're gonna talk to you about this topic over here. So what you're doing is you're creating a live workshop that you can monetize. You can have them pay. If you want to do it online, do it online. It doesn't have to be a ton of money. You don't have to say, oh, well, we're going to pull in all these great speakers and we're going to charge people $1,000 when nobody knows you. Like they're not going to trust that you may be worth spending $1,000 on. But they may very well go, you know what, this is worth $10, this is worth $50, this is worth $100 for me to be a part of a live event. Now, there's two different ways to look at this. Live events are going to be just that. It's really going to be bringing people in. Let's just say people show up. So live event is where people are actually going to show up. You're going to shake hands, you're going to kiss babies, do all that fun stuff. I've seen people do this with mixers where like they'll rent out a bar, they'll have appetizers or I can't even say the word, let alone spell it, hors d'oeuvres on there. They'll have meals even, like they'll do a full-fledged thing where it's like, look, come in, we're gonna talk, we're gonna network, we're gonna do all this stuff, and people will pay for it. People will always pay for networking, and here's the beauty of it. And I think a lot of people miss that. I keep saying that because it's true. But here's one thing that I love is that while you're doing this, while you do these live events, a lot of times the people who are going to pay are going to end up a lot of times, being your best JV partners. What that looks like is, let's say you're out there and you're like, hey, it's tax time. We're going to talk about tax strategies so you don't have as big of a bill in 2020 for your 2024 taxes. I'm going to bring in my top 3 performing CPAs, or however you want to position that. But what you're doing is people that are going to show up. They may be like merchant account providers. They may be bankers. They may be people that directly can send you business, but maybe don't need your services. And that's okay, because every opportunity is like, we're creating a strategy with you here that lets you monetize anyone at any time, regardless of regardless of if they buy your core product or not. Because at the end of the day, the core product is like, that is the goal. But to get to that goal, a lot of times there's benchmarks. Like you've got to get to that point where you've got other things that lead up to it. You have other things that you're positioning, other things that you're selling. Because if you're just out here selling one product and you don't give people the ability to fall in love with you through a membership site, or to see actual results from a workshop, or like hear you talk online and interact with your merchandise, like there's so many different ways to interact with people and touch them and have that influence on them, that it's important to keep in mind that everything that you do, there's a way to monetize that person. So I really need to have an initial consult with them, but prices started very depending on needs. Um, so the next thing that we want to do is we want to look at. So we talked about the live events. Let's talk about workshops. Workshops are considerably different. And the reason is because a workshop is, you should be positioning yourself as giving away a tangible result. And what I mean by that is, a tangible result is going to be something that they can like physically touch, that they can walk away going, oh man, because I went to this workshop, I have ABC. And that is a great way of being able to show somebody that your products and your services work. So again, let's be thinking about um, the business credit world. If you want to do a workshop on business credit, like Credit Suite's done it 1,000 times. There's a bunch of people who just said, "Oh, we're going to do a workshop on building business credit," and everybody goes, "Yay, heard it before." Now the difference is, if you go out there and you say, "I'm going to show you how we're going to do a workshop on how you can purchase a company vehicle without a personal guarantee in as fast as 6 months." Now you're giving them a real tangible result. Now you're giving them something to go, "Oh, now I have to show up to this because that I want to have that car. I need that truck for work. I need the company to buy that truck. I don't want it to be on my personal credit. I don't want it to be on my books. I want the company to cover it." So workshops are a better way to be able to offer something tangible. So like if you're good at grants, you may be good at personal credit repair. You may be good at like all these other things out here. Turn those into workshops that push people to your core product, because at the end of the day, that's the workshops should be pushing people to purchasing your core product as well. So live events and workshops are another great way to be able to monetize your marketing, monetize clients in a way. And it's a great way to judge people's interests, like find out what your market, the people you're connecting with, are looking for. Because you could take 3 months and try 3 different topics, and at the end of the month or at the end of the quarter, you're going to know which of those 3 performed the best and which one made you the most money. Then you start to gear stuff a little more that direction, and you start pushing that a little more aggressively because you know it's getting a bigger return. All right, next up on our list is let me pull up my sticky notes here. Okay, this one, monetize your one-on-one time. All of you guys who are watching, I believe your clients. Yeah, I think almost all of you guys are in the group here. So you guys are already our clients. You know what it's like. My wonderful account executive Brett does an amazing job of helping make sure that I'm not spending time with people until they've paid us. And unless it's a live setting or something that we can have like multiple people, we can use it. But monetize your time. If you're an expert, if you're claiming that you're an expert, if you have expertise, you should never be giving away your time for free. And even on consultations, even if you're doing a funding planning session, it's still a sales pitch. It's a way to get people in. But before you give the goods, make them pay for it one way or another. One of the ways that you can do this is set up a consulting fee. Like give yourself the ability to charge people for coaching. So this can be, let's just say it could be coaching, it could be consulting. There's a lot of different ways that you can go about this. It could be, you could even charge for public speaking if you get to that point where you're prolific enough that you can make that happen. Just think about your time is the most valuable commodity that your business has. Without your time, your business cannot develop new products. You can't get out there and connect with people. You can't sell people if your time is not protected. If all of your time is spent chasing and giving away free information to people, you will never, you will bottleneck yourself and you will stagnate your growth. So be thinking about, where is your paywall? I think that's a, I love that. I think I'm going to use that in a video title someday. Where is your paywall? Where is it that you're willing to give people enough information that they get excited, they understand that you're the expert and great at what you do, but you're not willing to give up the secret sauce. They have to pay for the Big Mac. You're not going to just go out and say, oh, it's just basic Thousand Island dressing. You're not doing that. You're just going out and saying, look, here's how to do it, here's why to do it. I've seen companies that have gone way opposite on this direction, where like they basically become a free education center, and they do great on the social media influencer side. Don't get me wrong, like they make a lot of money here on this side with the social media influencer and monetizing their social media channels doing that. Um, but there's no paywall for them because this is how they're monetizing it. Now the difference is, like, you could take a hybrid blend of this and go, hey, look, I'm going live, I'm going to be talking about all that stuff. If you want me to create a funding planning session right here live with me, drop me $10 in Venmo and hop up here, and like you can have fun with it. But be thinking about, what is your paywall? When is it that somebody has to pay to have contact with you? Where is that mark? And by doing that, it demands respect, because if not, you're going to get those people that are amazing people, they're wonderful people, but they're also needy. They have a lot of needs, or they're constantly like just tugging, like, hey, how do I, what do I do? If you spend your time on just those people, it's going to suck that value, the most valuable commodity that you have of time, away. And you have got to protect your time. And having this paywall does that. So make sure, be thinking about, like, how can I implement these strategies? How can I set myself up in a way that we get to a certain point and then they have to start paying. And some of the ways, well, this actually is going to lead right into our final point. Like I said, we've got 7 that we're covering, and this is going to cover your core product sales. We're going to change the color on this one because this one's just bright. Like this should be kind of the center point of all that you're doing. Okay, your core product sale it should not just be your core product sale. Let me explain. If you just go out and you're like, okay, I got a $3,000 package, that's great, that's cool, that's kind of the top of the line of what you're doing. If that's all you have to offer, you're not giving somebody the chance to say no. So what we're going to dive into here is, we're actually going to be talking about product positioning, and we're going to be talking about how you can incorporate all of this stuff that you've been working on here in creating an upsell path for your clients based around your core products. So let's talk about product positioning first. As you can see, we've talked about like micro purchases. We've talked about different ways that you can bring people in for a lower price, different things like that. With your core product, not everybody's going to fit inside of what you have to offer, and not everybody's going to want just the same strategy for everybody. There's a reason that McDonald's has a hamburger and they've got a quarter pounder and they have a Big Mac. There's variety in there. So if you go, you're like, I don't want that. I don't want that sauce. I'll go with a quarter pounder, whatever. I'm hungry. They've got these different options because people want to say no. There's a fine blend there of, if you have too much stuff, it starts to become confusing. Like, and like Brett and I are actually kind of wrestling with that right now, where we keep having all these really cool things that we're able to add. Like I'm working on hopefully next week or the following week, having an SEO specialist come on, where we're going to start to be able to offer search engine optimization for traffic for websites. But now we're looking at it going, my God, we've got social media, we've got YouTube videos, we've got SEO that we can do, we've got our paid Facebook ads, we've got Google ads, we've got a CRM, we got websites, we've got funnels, we've got all these different things. And if you just go out there and go, hey, what do you need? I've got, and you just give them this word vomit of all this stuff, it becomes overwhelming for them to the point where they're like, it's too much. I don't care. I'm going to check out. You've got to give them options, but you've got to make it easy. Now, what I find that works well is if you've got a product, you've got your core product that's there. You want to look at it. You want to put that one in the middle, because that's what you're aiming for. Meaning that, let's just take this. We're going to break this out a little bit down here, and we're going to give us some more space to talk about this. Okay, so what you're looking at is if you've got your core product, you want to be looking on both sides of this, meaning that you want an upsell and you want a downsell. And the reason you want this is because with your core product, this is where the majority of all of what you want. Like when I look at our projections, and I'm looking at, okay, what's it going to look like next month? What do our numbers just kind of look like over the next quarter? I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at it from the upsell. I'm not looking at it from the maximum buyer. I like to call it the profit maximizer. The client that's really gonna buy everything that we have to offer. I'm looking at it from my core sales. Like if I can do 20 core sales, how much do we make? And then from there, all the others start to fill in around it. So now if I have a goal of 20 core sales, I know that at the same time that Brett's going to be out there trying to upsell people to ads, trying to do all this other stuff. But then we're also going to have those people that need to be downsold. They don't fit into the core model. They don't fit into what it is that are kind of our primary offering of what we're doing, and they're going to need a lighter version of it. So when you're looking at this, you want to be thinking two ways. One, what can I add to an upsell to really maximize the profit? And these are going to be these should be natural add-ons that fit with your business. For example, let's think through some example. A lot of it, like this can actually play well into like your affiliate strategy. If you've got affiliates, if you've got things that work with that, Brett in there. Brett, you are not getting in on lunch with me and James. I'm just saying that he asked me, not you. You stay away from him. He's my lunch date, not yours. But anyway, when you're looking at your upsells, you want to be thinking about like what are add-ons, and these could be things that you naturally add, that like skill sets, maybe other companies, other side projects that you have. What can you bring in with this to really make it something that makes sense? That adds on. So, for example, we're going to pull this one down here. Let's say you run a credit repair business and that's tying on with your business credit services. The reason I say that is because I know a lot of you do, and it works wonderfully. Now, instead of going out there and going, oh, well, we're going to do credit repair and we're going to do this, it kind of sounds unappealing. But you can position your message and you can position the product where you're like, look, our core function is to help your business establish credit for your EIN and become fundable, build your fundability, and work at getting you the funding that you need. But you are an entrepreneur and you are the owner, and there may be times that you need to sign, and we want to make sure that the business has the best chance. So we're going to do an owner boost with you, and we're going to help you personally position yourself better so that you can fund your business and blah blah blah, wrap it up under there, because now you're not having to get into there. If you've got two different companies, you can say provided by and then include the logo, even if it's a company that you own, even if it's a similar brand. People will appreciate that. If they look at it and they're like, oh, that's your company, same name, same brand, same brand colors, just different, maybe just a couple words different in the name. But think about these upsells. Some other ones that I've seen, it actually goes right hand in hand with the one-on-one time. People will always pay for more time. People, well, not always, but a lot of people will pay for personalized time. That's close enough. Personalized time. Now, what this means is that, like, as you get out there, as you start presenting, as you start talking to people, there are going to be people who are going to want your personal attention. So the add-on doesn't actually have to be a service; it could be one-on-one time. And like that's some of the stuff that we're looking at for Profit Lifter. Is I'm looking at it going, how can I monetize my time more? Where I can say, hey, if you spend X dollars, you're in Y package. Or whatever, that I'm going to do a one-on-one coaching session with you that's individual. You can do the same thing with your product. If you for you guys, for you business credit rock stars out there, you could say, look, you know what, you could go through this program. It's going to be automated. You're going to deal with our advisor team. They're going to take care of you. I'm going to reach out like once a quarter. We're going to touch base, see how you're doing on your loans, see if there's anything we can help you with. Now, if you go that route, or you can say, look, that's going to be $29.97, but for $39.97 for the first 12 months, you and I are going to get together once a month, and we're going to think through your funding strategies. I'm going to hold you accountable to how to where your spending's at, how your revenue growth is going, all these different things. If you take more of an individual approach with them, you can always charge more. Now, I want to make a distinction here for you guys, and this is an important point for you to grab onto. There are two ways to maximize the funding, or to maximize the revenue of your business. You can sell more, or you can make more. The problem is it's not it's not enough. The two really don't go hand in hand. So, for example, like if we go back and we look at our the model here, and we're putting together our upsell. If you're taking your personal time, you should be making more money. Like, you shouldn't charge a standard price for personalized touch. If you're jumping in there, you're doing the work, you're spending time with them, you're investing your most valuable commodity of your time, you need to make more money. The reason is because your ability to sell is greatly diminished, because now you're spending your time servicing. So you need to offset the cost of sales with servicing, meaning you have to offset your personal time with work that you're putting into it. The beauty of this, though, is as the company grows, that personalized time becomes way more valuable. Because, like, if you're a startup and you go like, yeah, we'll give you personal attention, I'll add an extra $500 on, we get you taken care of. But then from there, you're running a multi-million-dollar company. You're running hundreds of thousands of dollars in ads. People see you everywhere. You got just a booming YouTube channel. Like, you're a social influencer. Now you can say, look, my time, it's $5,000. It's going to be an extra $5,000 if you want my time in there. The more successful you are, the more you can charge for your personal time and attention on stuff. But the more time and personal attention, the less people you can actually manage yourself. So there's kind of this balancing act with that. So as if you're looking at the strategy, including personalized time, just keep in mind that work in equals value out. So the more work you're doing the more work you're providing, the more valuable that service needs to become, because you're putting in more time into it, and you're doing more for the clients, offering more, meaning that you're making it easier on them. All right, let's talk about a couple more options here. This is actually a good one that I've seen. Offer it done for you. Hold their hand, guide their services, guide them through the services. Actually get in there and do as much of the work for them as you can. The more that you do for them, the more that you can charge. Again, work in, value out. The more work they have to put into it, the less valuable it becomes. Now, the reason that I love this upsell model, and the reason that I love the upsell downsell model, let's call it the up downsell model. The reason I love this model so much is because when you put a price tag on it, the expectation of it being here for your core product is gone. Because now you're calling out and going, hey, if you want us to do this for you, we'll do it for X dollars. So let's say it's $29.97. If you want us to do everything for you, it's 49 plus personalized coaching, it's $49.97. Now, when they say, "Oh, well, I want this, but I want you to do it all for me." Oh, cool. So let's get you upsold. That's the let's put it in the done for you program or whatever. The This eliminates a lot of confusion from people, because now, instead of them like expecting to get something, you're just flat out telling them, look, if you want this, you can pay for it. And that's one thing to keep it when you're looking at coming up with upsells. You're looking for ways to monetize your business. Just listen to what your leads are asking for. Listen to what your clients are asking for. Look at the expectation and the demand that they're giving you, that they're giving for it. And with that, you'll be able to start figuring out, okay, this is what's going to sell. This is what's going to do really well, is by providing these services for the clients. So be thinking about upsell services. What ways can you take a core product, the one thing that you just have locked down, it's good to go, but then you can start maximizing your profit. How can you upsell this? What add-ons? What additional services? What can you take off your client's plate, or how much time can you invest, and what's that really worth? What's that look like? Now let's hop over to the downsell side. The downsell side is going to work essentially the same way that the upside sell is going to work, but instead of adding things, you're taking things away, and it's really that simple. Like you could say, let's take support. I think support's the easiest one to start with. And a lot of you guys, you actually have this on your website and you don't even realize it. It's the builder program. That's why I did this. This is your downsell. But your downsell could be, look, you get no live support with it. It's software. It's you're getting the bottom of the barrel. You're getting in. We love you. You're a client. You're a part of the family. But you're more of that cousin that just comes around on the holidays that we say hi to. You're not the one that's coming over for Domino's night, anything like that. Think about what you can strip out of your services. Now, support's one of the things that you can take out, but some of the other things that you can take out, not just support, but time frames for your core sells, for your upsells. That's actually a good one that I want to add down here as well. I'm going to get rid of this credit repair one, and we're going to put longer times. You can make so one of the things that you can leverage with this is you can leverage your time investment. Like, how much time do they get from you? How much time time do they get in your software? How much time do they get with your services, with your products? You can downsell it. You can downsell it by stripping away things, your time, the support. But be thinking about that. Like with your core product, you could say, hey, look, pay us one time, you're going to get lifetime access, or you're going to get 2 years access, 3 years access, whatever that time limit is. The downsell may come across cheaper, but it can still actually be more expensive. So what you would be saying is, like, look, this one's $3,000. Our downsell, though, it's only $297 a month. It's month to month. Do the math. You stay in it for 12 months, you paid more than $3,000. You don't get the support with it. But you're making more money off this one client with a downsell, because you're taking away the time frame. You're taking away the expenses. You're taking away the work, and you're really just giving them a product that they can use. So with your downsells, you want to be thinking about, like, how can I create a streamlined version that still has great impact, not maximum impact, but still has great impact on them, really going to change their life, going to provide them good service. It's going to be worth it to them, but it's not as good as the next two steps up. It's the chance for them to look at this and go, I don't like that. No, the upsell's a little too expensive. Yeah, I want the core product. And by having these options like this, it changes your sales pitch from having to go out and ask for the sale to really just being able to present it and go, which one fits you best? Do you like the downsell model? No, I don't like that. What about the upsell? It's a little expensive. Oh, cool. All right, let's go ahead and get you started with our core program then. So it gives you this strategic route to be able to take people in, meet them where they're at. And then the other thing that you can do is having these three different models. you can take somebody who starts on your downsell and move them up through the process, get them to become a core client, or even get them to be an upsell to be your maximum client, your profit maximizer that you make the most money on. So that's seven or plus different ways that you can monetize your business. And again, like I think we've done a great job of kind of completing out our strategy here. Now we've got traffic, we've got lead conversion strategies, we've got client conversion strategies. Now we've got monetization strategies in here. But this is a great way. There's a lot of the stuff that you could be doing. Like I know some of you guys are already out here doing live streams. Be thinking about like the social media influencer side. How can you make money on social media? How can you take this and how can you make money with with your affiliate strategy on here? Like all these ways are great ways to be able to really be strategic in how you want to monetize, how you want to make money with your business. And it takes some of the stress off of you so that you can look at it and go, look, if I can't get them in my core product and I can't upsell them, I can't downsell them, you know what? Let's make money on the affiliate links. Let's do something so that my time is like I'm making money off of my time. And by doing that, it's going to loosen up everything for you. It's going to make it where every conversation that you have is an opportunity to sell something. And that's one thing that you need is just that way of being able to look at it, go, look, anytime I'm talking with somebody, I need an opportunity to make money with them. So hope this is helpful. I had a lot of fun with this one. I love talking about monetization strategies, different ways that you can monetize your business, being creative. Guys, the big key to all of this, the big key takeaway is be adaptable. Listen as you're talking with people, as you're moving along, as you're doing live videos, people are commenting. Just listen to the feedback, listen to your clients, listen to the leads. The more you do that, the more you're going to be able to come up with these strategic ways that gives you a unique value over anybody else in the industry, anybody else in the market, that is going to be unique to you and give you a competitive advantage way over anyone else. So thanks for hanging out with me. You guys, you put a lot of stuff. Awesome. Glad I could help you put some stuff together, Will. That's what I'm here for, is to help you out with that. But you guys are awesome. I love you. I'm gonna be honest though, finishing out the rest of this month, I'm starting to struggle. My brain, like I'm kind of hitting the bottom of the well of things that I could just talk about for an hour straight. I think today was video 11, I believe, or 12. So I mean, there's been 12 hours of me talking on camera about all this stuff. So as you guys come up with different ideas, make sure you comment on the post and let me know. Throw it in the group, throw it on our page, anywhere, message us, send me smoke signals, email Brett, call Brett. He likes talking to everybody. But if there's things that you guys need, let me know. It helps me come up with more content for you guys and work with you on this. What day will we do analytics, pixels, and all that fun stuff? That's going to be a little bit different because I've got somebody who specializes in analytics and the pixels and getting into all that stuff. But he's in a different time zone, meaning we would have to do it a little bit earlier in the day to be able to get him in and to be able to work through that. So I'm trying to solidify that schedule with him now because I'll be honest, analytics is not my strength. That's why I have him, is because I need people who are better than me at that. And I always like to bring in people that I know are more that I know they're going to provide you the best information on that. So be watching out for that. I will announce it. Like I said, it'll probably be a different time than just noon to 1 because like he's in a different country time zone. That type of time zone is what I'm talking about. But once that comes out, I'll announce it because those are going to be our bigger ones as I'm bringing on guests. Like I said, I'm working on bringing on my dad. He's actually working on retiring, and he's been running an SEO agency for years. Does a great job, gets amazing results for local SEO for clients. We're working through a time for him to come on and do a live stream with me and share with you guys about SEO strategies, different things you could be doing to get at the top page of Google. So start bringing in some more experts on directly in their fields and on some of this stuff that we know about, but we know that we're not the greatest at, so that we can have other people help you out with that. So, but that's all I got for you guys today. Appreciate you guys. Have yourself an amazing Wednesday. See you tomorrow or the next time that we're live. All right. Have a great